Here comes Rick, the Dominator. Nice fish, dude. Welcome back to another episode of McGrath Fishing. This might be a 2, maybe 3-part video. We were fishing a musky tournament. Today is Friday. We are at the meeting for it right now. And I'm super butthurt that I forgot the camera, but no big deal. So we're at the musky tournament. They're doing the raffles right now, so we figured we'd come out here. I got this goodie bag. So the tournament starts tomorrow. It goes from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. the first day, and then 7 a.m. to noon on Sunday. So I don't know how much footage I'm gonna have in the first video or second, or kind of how it lays out, but this is gonna be an awesome tournament. I'm fishing it with Rick Domini. I'm looking forward to it. So like I said, we're at the meeting now, like going over all the rules and stuff like that. I'll film as much as I can. I'm gonna do it off my phone because I forgot the camera. So that's my fault, but no big deal. So tune in, guys, and I'll see you in the morning. What is going on? Should I go up there? All right, guys, my name just got called. I won this nice little... I might give it a try tomorrow. So we're at the tournament right now. We're about to hear all the rules. So hopefully I'm excited tomorrow now. I'm feeling a lot better about it. So we are expecting rain tomorrow morning, pretty much on and off all day. So hopefully that kind of comes into effect, and hopefully I can get my first muskie ever, guys. Here we go. Alrighty, guys, it is morning. It is about 5:30 a.m. I woke up about a half hour ago. Super excited, really pumped up. That's not usually like me in the morning. I'm not really a morning person, but when it comes to fishing, you know, I'm up, ready to go. So Rick's inside, he's getting ready. We're about to be headed to the boat launch very soon to chase the elusive muskie. So this tournament goes from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the only downside about today, I would say, is probably the rain. It's supposed to rain from pretty much like 7:30, 8 o'clock a.m. almost all day long. So we may get lucky, we may not, but you know, that's muskie weather. That's what we came up here to do. Target these muskie. I'm super pumped. I've never caught a muskie, but I've also never really put the time into it. Like every time we come up here, I may put even just 1 hour or less into muskie fishing. So I don't always go for them, but today's a day and tomorrow. So I'm super excited to get out in the water, fish for these muskie. It's gonna be an absolute grind. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Stick with us, stay tuned, and I'll see you at the boat launch. Alright guys, I'm waiting for Rick. He's parking the truck. I just launched a boat. I'm leaving the camera inside for the day because it is literally going to rain the entire day. As you guys saw in that little outro thing before we left, that we have a giant storm coming, and it's probably going to last all day long out here. So we probably have about a 45-minute window out here fishing of no rain. So hopefully we'll be able to get it done. But I got the chest camera, I got all the GoPros, leaving the Canon in the car. So here we go, guys. Let's do it.
Seriously.
That got my heart rate going.
That's why we got the Mercury buoy.
I wish I hit.
Good.
He literally like, grabbed the plastic off the f***ing tail. Right when I saw that, I literally felt my f***ing heart sink to my balls. You're right though, I literally didn't see him until like the last final f***ing moment. Yeah. Like right, he came up quick though and turned right away. What's your biggest muskie ever?
48.5 inches.
Damn.
But I've caught 6.
How is it even possible?
Dude, the last one, when I measured it, I'm like, are you f***ing kidding me? Like a big beetle spin.
Dang, that's nice looking. What? He went after it pretty good too, Rick. I feel like if I saw him coming and I did the figure 8, like, I feel like he maybe would have committed.
Yeah.
But again, like I was literally looking at that guy, and like as I looked down, like I saw him come up and like eat the tail for a second. Come on, Musky. All right, guys, I'm not sure how wet the camera is. I hope this is a decent angle, but we took about an hour break because we needed some food. It's a 12-hour tournament today. There's no rain for right now, but the rain's gonna be right back in full effect for the rest of the night. So I kind of haven't really keep you guys updated because there hasn't been a lot of action, but I had one follow that happened within like the first 30 minutes that we got here. Came up, kind of nipped my bucher tail in the ass, and then there was this guy that was talking to us. It was just, that's how musky fishing goes. The minute you get a follow or anything, something else happens that distracts you, something. So no big deal, but we are back out here. It is 1:45 p.m. and hopefully we can get some. So here we go, guys. Stay tuned. See you on the chest. All right, guys, round two. Still doing that bucher tail. I had a follow this morning, kind of bit this ass end, this little here. And then Rick also had a follow as well. So here we go. Rick, how you feeling?
Good. We're gonna get one.
Here we go, guys. We got some weeds here, I think. There's probably not whitecaps out here too often, right?
No.
Rich, you see right here? Look, that's like exactly where it bit it.
Yeah.
Like right there.
Yeah.
It definitely bit it.
Yeah.
Even though I think I hooked the top of
one's
that.
Heavier. The harvester's heavier. It will stay down.
So I could reel a little bit quicker?
Yeah, right.
All right, guys, it's 5:10 p.m. No fish yet, 2 follows. Well, kind of a bite or two. Did you get a bite earlier?
Yes.
So a bite, and then I got nipped on this bucher tail. Ripped the tail a little bit, and then it came off when I was fixing it. But so no fish. We have an hour and 50 minutes left at the first day of the tournament, and then we got tomorrow. So haven't filmed much today because there's not have been a whole lot of action, but hopefully this will pick up here.
And horrendous weather.
Seriously, we have been fishing in rain all day. Probably what, 20-mile-an-hour winds?
Yeah.
20-mile-an-hour winds.
This is the first time we've got out of the wind today. We're in a little cove here. We finally decided to take a break because we've been fishing the windy side of the lake most of the day.
And this is definitely the calmest water that we have fished all day. I've had to run so we've been following the contour on points, on rock bars, all sorts of stuff, weed beds, and I've literally had to keep my trolling motor on like 6 to 7, and this is the first time I've had it at 2.5 because it's a lot calmer over here. So the winds definitely played hell, the rain has played hell, but you know, we're still out here grinding. An hour and 50 minutes left. Let's get one, Rick. Here we go. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're fishing this shoreline, a bunch of boulders. It's a very steep drop off and one of the deepest points of the lake, Rick said. So we're going around here, we're following the contour at about 13 feet, the 13-foot contour line. Still throwing this bucher tail. I've been switching between a crankbait. What have you been throwing? Crankbaits?
Mostly either the harvester or the crankbait.
So most of the people have been saying that they've seen a lot of fish. Like we've had 2 follows, so we've seen fish, but nobody's been really catching anything other than that one guy who had a pike, right?
Right.
So one
He had a 30-inch musky too.
He did?
Yeah.
So they hit a pike and a 30-inch muskie, but the muskie has to be over 34, correct? So 34 is the legal. But again, we're just trying to figure out this pattern. It's been tough out here, super windy, rainy, shitty. So as you guys know, I'm primarily a bass fisherman. I'm obsessed with those smallmouth. So this is definitely a change up for me. I've only musky fished one other time this year back in spring, and it was actually this lake with Rick. So, and we did have a few follows that day, but we did not have much, so that's why you guys have not seen that video. But hopefully we can turn it around here in the last hour and a half, and we still got 5 hours tomorrow, right?
Right.
All right, guys, it's day 2. No musky boated yesterday. 11 hours in the rain, 40-degree weather, 25-mile-an-hour winds, and just a grind of a day. Just a grind of a day. It literally rained all day long. It was freezing, windy, cold. And first things first, big hats off to all you musky fishermen. All you musky fishermen are seriously, it blows my mind that you guys go for muskie every single day, because I get it, yes, the outcome could be amazing, but the grind is seriously real for muskie. Nobody, I feel like if you are new to muskie fishing, strap in, get ready and just strap in, because it is a grind all day long. I mean, for example, there were 9 boats on our lake, great lake, a bunch of people that Rick knew. Like I said, Rick's still kind of somewhat guiding me in a way because Rick knows this lake, so it's kind of one of those things. But we are fishing the tournament together. Big thank you to Follow the Action for sponsoring us to do this tournament. This is awesome. I'm so glad that you guys did this, because this was an experience. This definitely was fun, just a true grind. Like I said, like, I'm used to fishing hard. I'm used to fishing 12, 14 hours a day, but for bass, walleye, crappie, all the stuff that I know that I can catch, that I can slay, and going for muskie, it's just kind of mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing how many fish you could see, how many follows we got, and just no fish. I mean, it's just literally, I probably made 600 to 800 casts yesterday minimum, guaranteed. It wasn't, because there's no lollygagging around, especially in a tournament. Right when your bait comes up from the figure 8, you're casting again, over and over and over again. Like, there was pretty much no breaks at all yesterday for me and Rick. So day two is from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then that is it. So I'm hoping in that 5-hour window I can get my first ever muskie, but if not, I can also do some muskie fishing on my lake. I'm also on a Class A muskie lake that my house is on. So my dad has caught 3 muskie there, but big hats off to all you muskie fishermen. You guys are the real deal. You guys grind each and every day, and impressed. So there hasn't been too much footage because obviously we didn't catch any fish, but I still want to post this video just to show how real this muskie grind is. Like, this is a normal day of muskie fishing. There was 4 boats at the launch that said a good day of muskie fishing is seeing muskie, a few follows, just some action. It's not always about catching a fish in muskie fishing, which is literally crazy, but you know, that's why they call it a fish of 10,000 casts. And I'm gonna stop talking. I've been talking for a little bit now, so thank you guys for tuning in. And here we go, guys. Let's get in on day 2. I'm excited, ready to go. Yeah, peace. All right, guys, day 2. Boat's officially launched. Here we go. It is 7:01 on the dot, so we're just in time for day 2. It only goes till noon today, so we got 5 hours. Give it all we got again. And then after this video, you guys are gonna see me back to crappie, bass, northern, all the above. Here we go. This pier looks juicy for bass. In a tournament?
In this tournament, how many fish do you think are going to be registered?
My guess is between 150 boats. I'm going to say 10 to 15.
Yeah, I was going to say 17.
So if you want an exact number, I'll say 13.
This is muskie fishing. It's like, you have days like this, whether you're in a tournament or not, and you just got to keep throwing, because any cast could be the big fish, and or how they turn on out of nowhere, and you'll get 3 fish in one day. So it all evens out. Sometimes you get a lot of fish, sometimes you get no fish. You just keep casting.
You heard it, guys. Keep casting. 9:21. We have exactly 2 hours and 40 minutes left of the whole tournament. We've seen some fish, had a little bit of action. And as we know, no one has caught any muskie on this lake, correct?
Right.
Legal size.
Right.
There's been 1 30-inch that we know of caught. Other than that, me and Rick were talking about earlier, Rick thinks that there were 17 muskie caught. That was his guess out of the 150 boats. I guess 13. Percentages wise, that would be less than 5% of the fishermen that fish this tournament. So it goes to show how tough muskie fishing can be. And that's why they say it's 1 in 10,000 casts. And I'm probably at about 1,000 after the last 2 days. Nice fish, dude. Seriously, that's a beautiful looking muskie. 48.5 inches, Jesus. When we were pulling up, I was thinking like mid 30s at first, and then I was like, oh my God. I know. And then I noticed it's you guys. I'm like, holy shit. 12 o'clock on the dot.
All right.
Last cast muskie brought to you by Follow the Action. Oh, I did bird's nest in the last cast. Time to hang the cleats up.
Back in the box you go.
Alrighty guys, we are done. Back to the day. I am cold, I am freezing, but you know, these are musky conditions. Like I said, once again, hats off to all the musky fishermen to grind each and every day, day in, day out. Big thank you to Follow the Action for sponsoring me and Rick to do this tournament. I had an awesome time. Although I didn't catch my muskie, but I know it's gonna happen soon. So the total number of muskies caught over the weekend was 11 muskies. Only 11 muskies caught out of 300 people and 150 boats. So definitely not ideal. I'm pretty sure we are mid turnover for the lakes up here. So, but I still wanted to post this video to show you guys how real muskie fishing is, how the grind can be so tough fishing in literally the worst possible conditions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of McGrath Fishing. Hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys next week.